It
So how's it going, guys? Welcome to live stream. It's been a while since I recorded last time and just decided to play a little bit with Necrozma-GX and Malamar. So far, with Greninja, one of my favorite decks for sure. I really like it. Just the Psychic Necrozma instead of the that Ultra Necrozma-GX. I like it somehow much better than... Somehow I just like it much more than that Ultra Necrozma-GX. Okay, so opening hand looks decent, that's for sure. So what do we have here? There's an Ultra Ball featuring two Psychic Energies. I have Cynthia Tapu Lele, as well as the Choice Band and Float Stone. So technically I can have decent turn one. Alright, so we're gonna see Tapu Lele from my opponent. What is a good thing right now against my opponent? Definitely Wobbuffet in the active position, at least in this TCGO game, because Wobbuffet can prevent your opponent from attaching energies, and that's just insane. Really, it is. So time for me to use that Ultra Ball just to see closer what type of the cards I have. Alright, thinking about getting that Inkay in play. Perfect. Energy attachment. Choice Band as well, and then one Cynthia. Alright, another Inkay, and more than that, this Ultra Ball should be for something like... Let's go with another Inkay. Really, I can have 3 of them, why not? So far, not that bad, that's for sure. I'm also live streaming on Twitch, so just in case, if you're following me on YouTube, I would really appreciate it if you can also check me on the Twitch. You can find the link in my video description. Then you can basically follow me on the Twitch as well if you have an account already created on the Twitch. That would mean a lot to me, so if you can do that, I would appreciate it for sure. So there's a Psychic Recharge. ×2, yeah, which means that my Necrozma will fall down like a candy from a table. So yeah, already 2 price disadvantage over my opponent. That's not good at all. Alright, so thanks for... I'm not sure if somebody just subscribed right now or clicked the follow button, because I don't have second monitor. I'm definitely gonna need to get some resources for that. But I have not good hand as well. Not too many things I can do. Yeah, one of these days when you simply get nothing with the draw support, I'm At least I guess I can use that on counter as well. It's not that I have another option available, so this is going to be a Ultra Ball play. For another Malamar. I just don't want to be a bad guy promoting my Wobbuffet in the active position and preventing my opponent from being able to attach energies. I just simply don't want to do that because I don't know, somehow I feel this is just some sort of the cheating, so I simply don't want to do that. Really, I just wouldn't feel good about that. So I'm gonna play that in counter, and I'm gonna grab myself Tapu Lele. There we go. I'm expecting to be knocked out. And probably Tapu Lele will be good choice to pick that in, and then my opponent down to only 3 cards. So thanks guy, Captain Amber 15, probably Captain America 15, and also Red MTNL 10, who just follow me on the Twitch. I got the notification on my phone, so at least that's something. I can follow it on my phone. So thanks for checking me on the Twitch. And there's an Ultra Ball for the Necrozma, Downwing Necrozma-GX for my opponent. Okay, so that looks like a retreat for the knockout. And really it is for a Geyser for the one-hit knockout. So I have 2 different options right now available. The first one is to try to find choice bet and go with the Moon Eclipse, which is obviously one choice. The second choice is maybe to go for that Mew, but I'm not gonna have enough resources for the Mew, so I'm just gonna grab that Tapu Lele and pick that in, so I can end my opponent down to 3 cards. And I still have like 1 choice band left. So hopefully I can pull that choice band so I can knock out my opponent with that Moon Eclipse GX. And unfortunately I couldn't get one. So what I can do basically is I can attack my opponent with my other Necrozma, who is capable to one-hit knock out his Ultra Necrozma. I would love to see one day yeah, Prismatic Burst for the knockout. I would really love to see one day something like the old school 3 dogs like Suicune, Raikou, and Entei playable in a standard format. I really love those cards. I also really like Crobat. I wish they can reprint some sort of Crobat GX, or maybe Zapdos GX. I also like Zapdos GX. Steelix is also one of my favorite Pokemons. There is a lot of different Pokemons that I really like, but there's simply no playable cards, so you can play them. I think the last playable Crobat was like Crobat Prime, and the Crobat with that Sneaky Bite and Surprise Bite. Oh, so he retreated. Oh yeah, so he's gonna stand in and hit me with his Moon Eclipse GX for like 180, which is gonna be enough for the knockout. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be in a position to attack my opponent, not even to end him to low amount of the cards. Oh, so he actually can't use advantage of the Moon Eclipse because he have more prize cards. Actually, less prize cards. So 240. Okay, I think how potentially if my opponent don't have Guzma in his hand, I even have chance to close up this match and win this match. So we're gonna go with energy attachment and Mystery Treasure just to thin the cards from my hand. And then I'm going to use that Cynthia. Time to retreat. I guess I can use a couple more mystery treasures. Yeah, I can grab that Tapu Lele in my hand, but it really mean nothing for now. And that's gonna be that Moon Eclipse. It's for 180, so he really needs that Guzma play. I probably feel that he have Guzma available in his hand, so Enhanced Hammer and Altar of the Moon. Alright, so let's see. Inkay promoted in the front. So there is a max elixir play. Unfortunately, no sign of the energy. The big problem for my opponent is also the fact that he needs metal or maybe beast energy, and he just managed to get that combo. So he played Sycamore for 7, which means that I still have decent chance to maybe win this game. Or actually not. Probably not, because my bench space is full and oh, another max elixir play. And Ultra Ball. So I couldn't get that Rescue Stretcher to grab that Necrozma from my discard pile on the bench. I can try to... Oh, seriously? If he puts... Yeah, still even if he puts him on the bench, it's Dark Weakness, so it wouldn't change things too much. I think I'm probably not gonna play today Greninja GX deck. I played it yesterday. It's a very broken deck. I really like it. It works like a charm. It's definitely a powerful deck that can be used in the standard format, especially with the Tapu Koko and Super Scoop Up. How I get my account? I started to record TCG Online videos like 2 years ago, and I was working on them on a daily basis. I had around 2,000 to 3,000 views per video, nothing special, but since I'm from the Europe, small country in the Europe, tons of my videos are probably forbidden or not seen in many other countries, for example like Germany, because they have some sort of oh, I have Enhanced Hammer, there we go, because they have some weird things with their policies. They don't allow videos from other countries to be seen in their country. Something stupid, really it is. And I applied basically for that. One day I sent mail to the Pokémon company asking them, hey, I'm making a lot of videos. Can I potentially get that marketing account I would really appreciate it because I'm working on a daily basis. I recorded around 2,000 different deck profiles. I promoted the game a lot, and they actually gave me the opportunity to get that account, and I have it like 3 years so far. I think I started 2015, 2016, something like that. And I'm still working on a daily basis, even after, even these days when my videos can hit only 400 or maybe 500. Oh, so I win this game at the end. Oh, so maybe he was not able to knock me out. So that's the GG. I'm very surprised that I actually won this game because I started to play very bad. On my YouTube channel, you can find the video in the video description. Deck list that I'm using in this live stream. So yeah, I just got that account and I'm very thankful that I have it, so I don't need to worry too much anymore about, you know, getting the new cards when they're released and stuff like that. My good friend Dami helped me a lot because he was working hard before we get this account to get good playable cards, so I can basically record videos on a daily basis. It was a hard time. I'm very thankful to him for doing that, but these days, since I have this unlocked account, basically I get any new card when it's released, and it's definitely a god blessing thing. So let's go with the Tapu Lele turn 1 for something like a Cynthia. Only one N is available, which is definitely not good. But turn 1 is a definitely decent turn 1. So in addition to that, I'm gonna discard that choice band from my hand to grab another Inkay so I can put him on the bench, and for the next turn I have Cynthia available, as well as Mystery Treasure for something like Malamar, so I can have that energy accelerated. So if you're watching me on the Twitch, you can follow me also on the YouTube. If you're watching me on the YouTube, you can also follow me on the Twitch. I would really appreciate that. Oh, so second choice band has just been discarded from play. Oh, I also need to take one interesting card in this build, and that's gonna be Espion EX. I simply need to fit this inside because I really prefer Scoop Up over Acerola in Greninja deck. I don't know why, but it's much better. You know, it's not a supporter card. You don't need to have damage to scoop, which is a good thing. Tell you what, let's just discard it, Field Blower. There's a good thing that can be done right now. I can maybe attack with my Wobbuffet, for example. If I really want to do that, I can do that. Actually, attacking with Wobbuffet wouldn't be that bad idea. I mean, I can always go for the one-hit knockout anyway with that Prismatic Burst if I want. Nah, let's just grab that first knockout in the game. For now, I'm not gonna play that Ultra Ball. I'm waiting maybe my opponent to catch him with that double course energy attachment so I can disrupt it. Okay, so Golisopet is promoted in the active position. Oh, I really have a lot of luck because he still don't have a single Garbodor in play. But there's a Trubbish, so sooner or later this Trubbish will probably hit the ground. And the good thing is, so there's one Armor Press. Yeah, there's no chance that I can one-hit knock out this Golisopod. I can just see that. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna use that Ultra Ball and I'm gonna grab myself another Malamar, put him in play. And one energy definitely needs to be attached somewhere. And I'm thinking about... yeah, I'm gonna wait for sure. Also, one energy should be attached to my Wobbuffet, and I'm playing my Sycamore for 7. So I'm just going to try apply some pressure to my opponent with my Wobbuffet. I'm gonna take huge risk right now. Really huge risk. Actually, I'm not gonna apply a single pressure to him, so maybe I should just stay with my Necrozma in front. Because he used that Armor Press. He can use Tapu Lele anyway. You know what? He can have this Tapu Lele. He still can't knock him out anyway. I would really love to see maybe another GX in place so I can use this Black Ray GX. That's just literally all I'm looking for. Really hope I can see that coming. Oh, Pearl City. Damn it. Yeah, he really tricks me right now with that Pearl City. I'm gonna get rid of my Wobbuffet and of one of my Malamars. Oh, this Pearl City completely shut down this deck. It really destroys it. So, Rainbow Energy and... come on, bring another Golisopod in play. He can always scoop them easily with that Sorola if he wants. But I just hope that's not gonna happen. Again, I don't see sign of... oh, there is the Ultra Ball finally. And the question is, will he decide to go for the Ultra Ball and Garbodor or maybe for Golisopod? So he decided to go for Garbodor instead of the Golisopod. And use First Impression for like a 10. Okay, that's a really interesting thing. Thinking about energy attachment. And Guzma play on his Tapu Lele. So for now, I'm just gonna stick with my Necrozma in the front. Alright, another, yeah, he has Cynthia available. He discarded N with the Ultra Ball, so obviously he have that draw support available. But the good thing is that I just force him to have that Tapu Lele in front, because again, if he wants to attack, he might need to pay that energy attachment. So there's a Rescue Stretcher, which is gonna be probably for this Garbodor with Trash Avalanche, and I have like 4, 7, 8 item cards in the discard pile, so that's like 160 with Choice Band will be enough for the knockout. Oh no, so he decided to shuffle them back. Okay, so I buy some time here, which is at least something. Would be amazing if I have choice band available, but simply I don't. So, let's go with that energy attachment, shall we? Yeah, very bad position. Really it is. I think I'm just gonna pass the turn once again to my opponent. Or maybe not. It's definitely not worth to do that. Let's go with the Black Ray. Let's go with the Black Ray. Something tells me that using Black Ray might help a lot. Simply because next turn potential with the Guzma I can knock out Golisopod without energy attachment, then I can still have that Tapu Lele with low HP left in play. So I might get lucky. I mean, I still have like Enhanced Hammer, which can disrupt my opponent energy sooner or later. He gave me N, so that's a good thing. That's a good thing, which obviously means that he definitely needs to find a Float Stone or some sort of energy in order to retreat and knock out my Necrozma with his first impression. So there is the energy, and first impression gonna happen. And right now the good question is how I can respond knocking out my opponent Golisopod. There is just no way that I can do that, at least not for now. Top decking Guzma. Okay, so what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to buy some time with the Tapu Lele once again in the active position, but Pearl City completely destroys me. Plus I also have some different tactics on my mind with that Wobbuffet, but simply there was not too many of my opponent. Yeah, he can have that scoop if he wants. Oh, he decided to scoop his... That's interesting. Really, that was interesting decision for my opponent. Choice band for another Garbodor. And that's a Trash Lanch for 190. I know that I'm not gonna find N, that's for sure. Oh, actually I managed to find N as a top deck, so that N can change things dramatically. Still, if he miss energy, I might be a lucky guy. So this is a very big gamble. Seriously, I mean, this is basically all in. I'm doing all in right now. I'm preparing my Wobbuffet for the next turn to do something if my opponent miss energy attachment. So I can go for like a 120. I'm also gonna put that choice band on the bench, why not? So there we go, 120 times 2 because of the weakness, but we really don't want to think too much about weakness. He's knocked out anyway. So there we go, there's a first impression in the active position, so he definitely wants to knock him out somehow. So he really needs only energy. And there is Ultra Ball, so he can grab Tapu Lele if he wants. if he don't have Tapu Lele, but he have, if he didn't have Tapu Lele, that would be completely another story. Okay, Wobbuffet bug is not fixed yet, and somebody asked if I play competitive. No, unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. In my country, we simply don't have organized play, and yeah, I don't have money simply to travel around the world or maybe to other countries, so I can basically play with other pro players, unfortunately. But I wish maybe one day if I earn some money from streams and stuff like that, maybe I'll be in a position to go maybe to London or maybe to Munich or maybe to Berlin or something like that, Graz for example, to play on one regional championship or maybe world championship one day, but I highly doubt about that. So who's gonna start first? Okay, my turn. All right. So I'm basically from Croatia. It's a very small country in Europe, Eastern Europe. Small country, and basically it's very hard to live normally. It's definitely not easy. The salaries are very bad. Basically you work for like 500 euros for 1 month, and that's just not even enough to maybe buy and get competitive deck, for example. So I'm gonna grab Cynthia, and this Mystery Treasure should be for 1 Necrozma, and I'm ready to go with Cynthia. I'm definitely searching for energy attachment. Okay. Energy attachment. Okay, definitely. I'm gonna pass. I only once traveled to Italia with my friends. We went to regional championship in Italia, and basically I lost for the top 16. The story was that I lost with the Night March deck. I started with the Joltik in the active position, and my opponent played first, so I was second. And it was expanded format basically, and he played some sort of Hypnotoxic Laser Verbank. I don't remember what else he used to play in his deck, but I know that 100% I would beat him if I was able to survive that turn 1. So he started turn 1 and he played in. I remember that. So I'm not sure what was in the active position for him. He managed to get the last card that he drew was a Verbank City Gym. So the 6th card that he drew was a Verbank City Gym. So he put on the bench Verbank City Gym, and he played Ultra Ball, and he gets Shaman, and he just, you know, draws some cards with the Shaman. He didn't get what he was looking for. Obviously, he was searching for the Hypnotoxic Laser, and then he had another Ultra Ball, so he played one more Ultra Ball, and he got lucky. He drew another Shaman. He put him on the bench. He drew a couple more cards, and after that Shaman, he still didn't find Hypnotoxic Laser, but the last card that he drew with the Shaman was a Computer Search, and he just threw on the board Computer Search with 2 more cards, and he said, hey, I'm gonna search my deck for the Hypnotoxic Laser, and he dunked my Joltik, and I lost, and I was like 18 or 19 place, something like that. I was like, oh my goodness, you gotta be kidding me that I'm gonna lose to the Hypnotoxic Laser Dunk turn 1. That was just... I mean, it was part of the game. I mean, it was definitely part of the game. You can't do nothing against that, so that's just a part of the game. It is how it is. So, yeah. So, 180. That's enough for the knockout right there. Things look very ugly right now. I think I'm just gonna go with energy attachment to my Wobbuffet. I can hit him for like a 20. He have 30 HP. Are you kidding me? 30 HP Shining Mew? So I'm gonna go with knockout with my Tapu Lele. Definitely. So let's grab another Mystery Treasure. So we can accelerate energy to the Tapu Lele. I really want to knock his Mew out. So retreat, knockout, and that's gonna be it for now. So energy drive for like 60. If he wants, he can knock me out in return knockout, but after that I'm gonna have return knockout with my Necrozma, that's for sure. Yeah, X and Y. I actually like that X and Y era. It was better than the current Sun and Moon era, in my opinion. I mean, I really miss those days. But my personally best format was the old format when the Hard Gold Soul Silver was up to the Dark Explorers. So, and after that Black and White up to the, I don't know, Boundaries Cross or something like that, and actually to the Plasma Freeze. Those decks were, I don't know, that was pure enjoyable. It was much better than it is today, that's for sure. I really miss those days. But my most favorite cards of all time are definitely cards from the Gen 1 and Gen 2. When I first started to play Pokemon trading card game, I was a kid, maybe 10 years old, and my parents just didn't have money, so I couldn't afford myself a single pack, and I started collecting cards. There was one local store that sells cards, and I just got like 10 basic Pikachus from the base set, and you know, I just started to trade them, and I just, you know, got some cards, and you know, some other friends just gave you some cards, and that was just, you know, nice from them. And later, how I started to grow up, I just got some money, so I invested in some cards, and over the time I just managed to build some decks to play casually, and yeah, that's how I basically started to play this game, and I really like it. I really love it so far. I'm collecting for like last 15 years. I have a lot of cards, nothing too fancy, but I have a lot of cards. Probably around maybe 15 different decks. Okay, so I'm just gonna burn one Ultra Ball to see quickly what I have. So 3 Guzmas. I really don't have luck drawing those Guzmas. I'm gonna go with Psychic Recharge. And I'm ready to play that Cynthia. And this is actually gonna be another Ultra Ball. So I'm trying to... Okay, I'm gonna discard that Wobbuffet next turn with the Sycamore for 7, but right now I'm just gonna rescue Stretcher 3 Pokemons back. So there we go. Energy Drive. So even if my opponent managed to get knockout, still he will have only 4 prize cards like I have, so we're gonna be both equal. I'm actually working with computers. I'm a computer engineer, so I have very big knowledge about computers, but simply you can't basically, in my country you can't earn good money. That's just how it is. You can be, you know, I don't know, Steve Jobs, but you simply can't earn good money. That's how it is. So he took the knockout with his Mew. I'm gonna respond, probably knocking him back. I can knock him out with my Mew as well if I want. But I have a better idea. Maybe I can knock him out with my Necrozma, for example. I mean, I can even knock him out with that Tapu Lele if I want. So I have 2 different options. I think I'm just gonna knock him out with my... Nah, tell you what, I'm ready to knock him out with my Tapu Lele. I'm gonna gamble. Why not? I can do that. Okay, that's it. Down to 3 prize cards. Yeah, I was thinking about moving to maybe United States. Currently, I have a job. It's not something special. I'm getting like 500 euros per month. It's not a lot. It's not nothing compared to some other countries from European Union, for example, like Belgium, like Austria, like Germany, United Kingdom. Probably I would earn 2,000, 3,000 euros if I work in those countries. But then I would have to pay for the apartment, for the food, for the transport and stuff like that. And probably at the end, I would end up with the same amount of the money in my pocket at the end of the day, like I have these days because I'm living with my parents still. But I'm definitely thinking about moving to the United States. I would really love to move to the United States, especially because I could have a good job, good payment, plus I would maybe have a chance to play this game with on competitive level, which is definitely my dream. But you know, who knows what's gonna happen in the future. Everything is possible. Alright, so this is gonna be Ultra Ball. So I'm just looking forward maybe to put something onto my bench, or maybe not. It's not that I have options available. So I'm definitely using this Moon Eclipse, which will be enough for the knockout against my opponent. That's for sure. And also somebody needs to get some energies. That's gonna be my Wobbuffet. And again, I don't have Mysterious Treasure, so I simply can't recover my Pokemon from a discard pile. Oh, I can use Dark Flash. I don't need to use that Moon Eclipse because he don't have energy on his bench at Necrozma. I have 3 prize cards. Oh, 4 and 3 prize cards. Oh, don't tell me you're gonna use. He's gonna use. Yeah, he can. Maybe he can use this Ultra Beast card. Not an Ultra Beast. What's the name of the card that can just, you know, attach 2 energies? Beast Ring? I think it's a Beast Ring. Probably it is a Beast Ring. Yeah, it's a Beast Ring. Okay, so still he can hit for like a 80 and accelerate 1 energy on the bench. Still it wouldn't change things too much. Still it wouldn't change things too much. Okay, so I lost 2 float stones. Oh, so max elixir as well. There's one big problem. When I'm playing TCGO, I'm also commentating on non-native language. So I also need to think on non-native language, and sometimes I can just make a lot of misplays, and I can't simply be focused on the game too much because I'm speaking too much. When I'm playing in real life, that's a whole different story. Trust me. Okay, there's a Pal Pad as well. I really like to analyze as much things as I can. So he just used that Pal Pad to recover 2 Guzmas, which makes a lot of sense because he really wants to burn his hand entirely, so he have greater chance to pull Guzma next turn, so he can simply knock out my other Pokemon on the bench for that 1 prize, so he can close up the game if he wants. I still need to pull 3 prize cards. It's not that hard. I mean, the good thing is that I'm going to attack with the Moon Eclipse right now after he used this Photon Gazier, and I don't have non-GX attacker on my bench. And I have Guzma for the victory, so we're just gonna go with something like this. Energy, energy. Let's just use that Psychic Recharge so I can try to build that Mew. So he's ready to go on the next turn. And there we go. And I'm also gonna put this in play and use this Moon Eclipse. So this looks like a GG to me because I can knock out his Oranguru next turn. So there's Necrozma and there's Mystery Treasure. All right. No, I can't lose this game. I can't lose this game because my opponent can't draw 2 prize cards. I just used my GX attack, which means that he can't deal a single damage with his GX attacker or EX attacker to my Necrozma or any other attacker. So basically I can prevent all effects of attack, including damage done to my downwing Necrozma. So the only thing that he can do, he can try to play something like a Guzma and hope that I don't have Guzma to respond back. And that's literally it. So again, I got lucky. Plus he also... okay, so alright, so right now he played that N. And I drew Sycamore for 7. The game is still not lost, because again he will need to draw something like a Guzma. And my top deck is gonna be Mystery Treasure. Well, that would be a nice thing. If I didn't have that Tapu Lele. So let's just go with another energy. I'm definitely looking forward to retreat. And use that Dark Flash. So I'm still hoping that he don't have chance to knock out my Necrozma on the bench. That end completely shook me. Maybe he just decides to, you know, go for the knockout against my Mew. So if he do that, then I have Tapu Lele in my hand available, so I can basically grab myself a... Come on, retreat, retreat. Don't get Guzma, don't get Guzma, don't get Guzma. This bad boy can go for one hit knockout. Oh, he drew Guzma anyway, so that's the GG. Yeah, that end just, you know, completely destroys me. But it's okay. Definitely good matchup. Could be even worse. Alright, so far today, 2 defeats and 1 victory. From 3 games. Not that bad. Not that bad. Yeah, and is just too strong card. The first time when they printed N, it was in a Noble Victories. And I can also speak interesting story about N in the Noble Victories, and also Full Art N, and also N as itself. So the first time that card was printed, as you can see, in 2011. Right now is year 2018, and we still have this card in standard format. So 7 last years this card is in standard format, which is just insane. I just don't know what to say about that. The other thing about let's just grab one Inkay and put him on the bench. This just looks to me like Sycamore for 7. Another good thing about N is the fact that, oh, what a nice hand. I got Full Art N when it was like 15 bucks. I traded over the Pokebeach with one guy from United States. Back in 2011, 2012, Pokebeach was a very popular place where you was able to trade cards with different players from all around the world. So who had less feedbacks, that guy just sent his cards first to that other person. I got scammed 2 or 3 times. I lost maybe 150 to 100 bucks worth of cards. But it is how it is. Always you're gonna find some sort of scammers around the world. It is just normally. So yeah, I traded some old cards for that Full Art N. Because I was searching for that card basically for my personal collection, and some guy just traded it to me, and I was very thankful with it. And then later the price for that card was just increasing and increasing, and it was like 30 bucks. And I say to myself, well, what if I sell this card right now for like a 30 and I get 30 right now, so after the rotation I can just, you know, buy it again for maybe 10 or 15. So I just decided to sell it, and a couple days later the card hit like 80 or 90 bucks. And I was like, whoa, what is going on? So that was like insane. Okay, so I'm definitely going to prepare my other downing Necrozma so I can go for that. Moon GX is gonna be very important. But even more funnier story was about Secret Rare Ultra Ball from the Plasma Freeze. My friend actually pulled that card from the booster pack, and it was 25 bucks. And I remember he asked me, hey dude, do you need this card? I told him, well, you know, it's 25 bucks. I really don't want to give you 25 bucks for this because it's a nice card, it's a Secret Rare card, you know. These days, Secret Rare cards was not that popular as these days. You know, today you have almost 90% of deck that can be Secret Rare or Shiny. Back then, there was like maybe few cards, very popular cards, was just printed as the Secret Rare Ultra Ball, Rare Candy. I think it was Full Art N, Full Art Juniper, Professor Juniper, and few other cards, you know. And I told him, you know, I simply cannot afford myself to give you 25 bucks for this card, you know. If you feel comfortable, you can just sell it, but I highly recommend you to just, you know, keep it, because I feel that it might be good because it's a staple card. It's probably gonna grow in value, and he just decided to, you know, sell it. And he sold it for 25 bucks, and maybe 2 months later, card was like 100, 150. And I told him, you know, you should better just keep that card instead of selling it. But that's just a gamble. That's just a gamble. You really can't know about, you know, cards these days. But okay, actually today you can be 100% positive that some cards will not grow in a price. For some cards you can know that will grow in a price. For example, this card, this Necrozma-GX, is probably gonna be maybe $7 or $8 a piece because it's a very nice card. It can prevent colorless Pokemon from dealing damage. And in the future, after the current rotation, I can see Field Blower GX is a very good card. So probably it's gonna be playable, and it will grow in a price. So I'm gonna go with the Dark Flash for 120. I know that I'm gonna, for 150, I know that I'm gonna be knocked out anyway, but the good thing about that return knockout is the fact that sooner or later I'm gonna knock that Pokemon on the bench with my Black Ray anyway. So I know that he's gonna knock me out with his Phoenix Burn, that's for sure, no question about that. But I'm gonna try to power up my Necrozma and then simply use that GX and knock that Downwing on the bench, deal 100 to Hawk and deal 100 to Volcanion, so I can just finish the job with the Wobbuffet. And that's gonna be it. So once again, if you're new to the channel or new to the live stream, you can also follow me on the Twitch. I'm also live streaming right now on the Twitch, but I only have 2 viewers active, which is madness. I don't know why. Twitch is not that popular, it looks like. How many Guzmas do I have in a Discord pile? 0? Okay, then I'm definitely gonna use Mystery Treasure. I'm gonna grab myself another Mew? No, I need Wobbuffet. I need Wobbuffet actually. Let's just put Wobbuffet on the bench. If I miss energy attachment, that's not gonna be good at all. And luckily there's not 1, but actually 2 energies in my hand. So definitely time for the GX attack. And the good thing is that his Hawk can't attack at this turn, which is huge advantage for me as well. Phoenix Burn can go for 180 anyway, so I'm gonna discard this Field Blower in exchange for something like Tapu Lele, just in case if I'm gonna need it. You know, for extra draw supporter, it's always welcome. So Black Ray, there we go. I don't think he actually saw this coming. I also remember when I was a kid, this is a very good story. Me and my friend was going home and I purchased 1 base set booster pack and he purchased 1 base set booster pack, and I remember that I didn't get nothing, and he opened it and he got first edition, you can guess what, Charizard, of course. I don't know where this card is today, I simply don't know. He didn't trade it to me, I didn't see him maybe for like 10 years, from the high school basically. Actually from the primary school, and yeah, he just pulled that card, which were these days for like 10, 15, 20k. It's just madness how this card works today. I can't even imagine pulling today first edition Shadowless Charizard from the base set. That's just, I don't know, that's just like hitting a jackpot, basically. And I also remember, I also have YouTube, I also have video on my YouTube channel when I was playing Pokemon trading card game, when the Pokemon catcher was a big deal. You know, it was something like a full art Lysander, you know. But back then we didn't have full art. We have only reverse foil and regular Pokemon catcher without coin flip. You know, it was just a gust of wind. That's it. You know, you don't need to flip a coin. You can just play Pokemon catcher and capture one of your opponent benched Pokemons. And I remember trading my Charizard EX from the Flash, Fire, Leaf, Green, whatever the set was called, to one dude from the United States who was collecting those cards. He traded me his playset of Pokemon catchers. I don't regret that because he was a very nice and cool guy. So I'm actually happy that he got that Charizard. But yeah, today, playset of Pokemon catchers worth maybe $1. Charizard worth like 300, so you can imagine that. You can simply imagine that. This is gonna be one Guzma play, and I'm targeting his Hoof with my Wobbuffet. And I'm actually closing a game here with that Psychic Assault. So that's like 110, and if he really wants to deal some damage to me, he definitely needs to promote this Volcanion in the front. If he do that, then I have respond with my Black Ray, actually with my Prismatic Burst Necrozma-GX. Yeah, I used to like more than... I mean, I really love those old school decks from the black and white era. I mean, back then, I don't know, it was much better to play than today. Today the game is much more popular. Today you can get a huge amount of money if you win tournament. Back then the things were a little bit different. Today the game is very popular. There's just no question about that. Game is very popular these days. I think how probably in the United States Pokemon trading card game is more popular than the Magic the Gathering. Here in my country, Magic the Gathering is the most popular card game. Everybody collecting Magic the Gathering, everybody playing Magic the Gathering. But you know, I just don't like Magic the Gathering. You need to invest too much money in it. And there's just I don't know, it's a good game. I can't tell that the Magic the Gathering is not a good game. Magic the Gathering is definitely a good game, but the problem with the Magic the Gathering is the fact that you simply don't have holographic card like old school Blastoise from the base set. You know, you don't have collectible cards. You can get expensive fetch lands, and you know, secret rare cards, and you know, mythical cards and mythical creatures and stuff like that. But I don't know, it's just not that good as the Pokemon is. I mean, every child from the late 90s was used to collect Pokemon cards, so you know, everybody loves Pokemon. I don't know, I didn't met a person who didn't collect Pokemon and who don't like Pokemons. That's just how it is. Even with 30, 40, 50 years, you're still gonna have kids and you're gonna play Pokemon, and you're gonna tell your kids also to play it with you, so that's a nice thing about it. Where on the other side, Magic the Gathering is just too complicated that you can learn if you're just a little kid, you know. There's just too many texts and stuffs that needs to be used. So, looks like I'm gonna play in this matchup against Zoroark with something. I didn't watch loading screen, so I can't tell exactly which type of the deck it's gonna be. But so far I can say that I'm definitely happy with the cards in my hand. Yeah, I remember when the Mewtwo from the Next Destinies was a big deal. I mean, X-Ball with a double Course energy for 20 for each energy attached to both active and defending Pokemon. So it was basically Mewtwo Wars. I even think that the winner of the World Championship used to play Mewtwo, Shaman, and Terrakion deck. Terrakion was to counter Darkrai, Shaman was to basically Shaman from the Hard Gold Soul Silver era with that Pokemon power I think it was Pokemon ability back then, or Pokemon power. I really can't remember. Or Pokebody. It was Pokebody, I think. That says basically when you play Shaman from your what we're gonna discard here. That Rescue Stretcher. When you play Shaman from your hand on the bench, you can just move all energies from one of your Pokemon to another one. Insane. Pure madness. I think I'm gonna go with Sycamore for 7. Yeah, definitely. I'm not looking forward to attack yet. Oh, nice, Enhanced Hammer. I really like when that happened. Yeah, let's just discard that energy for another Malamar. Alright. And there is another Ultra Ball, this time for Tapu Lele. Okay. Technically, he can knock out my downwing Necrozma with the Guzma if he wants, but he just needs to get Float Stone for that. And he had Float Stone, but he decided to go with the Sycamore for 7. Okay, probably I would go for the knockout against this bad boy on the bench. Much better idea. Turbo Dusk main Necrozma with Max Elixir and Beast Ring. I think I can play this tomorrow. Yeah, I think I can definitely do that tomorrow. So he knocked me out. Okay. And right now it's definitely time for my Wobbuffet to start shine. Ooh, very disappointing. I don't have Wobbuffet. Ouch. I don't have Wobbuffet. That is not good, my friends. No sign of the Wobbuffet. But it's okay. Let's see, what can I draw? 1 energy. That's pretty much all that I need. So, right now when I know that I don't have Wobbuffet, I think I'm just gonna stick with Psychic Recharge. And since I'm in a position where I actually have more prize cards than my opponent, I'm just going to use that Moon Eclipse. It's gonna be more than enough for the knockout, but my opponent can't deal damage to my Necrozma. That's a very important thing. And more than that, with the Guzma next turn, I can go for the knockout against his other Zoroark, and then I can easily finish the game knocking his Tapu Lele out. So if everything is gonna be okay, I'm going to take easy 4 prize knockout. So there's a trade. There's nothing on my bench that can be 1-hit knocked out anyway. So I'm just good for now. So my goal is to get 100 new followers on the Twitch as well. So far I have 48. I would also love to get some followers on the Twitch, so I can stream on the Twitch and on the YouTube at the same time. Today 2 new persons actually follow me on the Twitch, so I'm very happy for that. You can find link in my video description if you're watching on the YouTube, and you can, you know, just simply click follow on the Twitch as well. So, what is the next game plan for my opponent? Rotomotor, Plasma Slice for 120. how many item cards he have in his discard pile? Actually tools. 3 bursting balloons, 3 assault vests, and Float Stone and Fighting Fury Belt. That's like 8 in total. Okay, 8 in total. Special mode for nothing. Oh, 8? How he attacked with 8? He needs to have more than 8. Oh, I missed that choice band. Okay. It makes sense. Alright, so 190 to 20. Minus 20 is not enough, so right now I have enough. There we go. Energy attachment manually from my hand. It's time to use that Ultra Ball. You know. Enhanced Hammer. Okay. Thinking maybe about another Ultra Ball as well. But I think it's not worth to do that. Alright, so Prismatic Burst for the knockout. There we go, 260. And all I really need next turn is just a Guzma for the victory. Because probably my opponent will try to knock me with the Plasma Slice. And if I miss Guzma, I'm gonna lose the game. Probably. Puzzle of Time times 2. What can he get? Probably he's gonna grab himself Bursting Balloon. No, Rotom. Oh, that's actually sweet. I really like that. I really like that. But I wish I used that Ultra Ball. So I could, you know, discard Necrozma and Sycamore to have greater chance to pull that Guzma. Oh, no sign of the Guzma. Okay, and there's a Field Blower. Yeah, game is very expensive if you want to play competitive. I don't know if there is any sort of notification belt on Twitch. I don't know if you can somehow activate when you're on Twitch online or not. I need to investigate that. So when I stream, so I can, you know, tell my followers, hey, I'm live streaming, you can come and watch me right now if you want. What can we do? We can play N. So I'm going to attack with my Tapu Lele this turn. Or maybe not. I mean, still he needs just a double course energy. He have 3 in a discard pile, so I might get lucky. Actually, I might get lucky. Let's just go with a Dark Flash. Why not? 120, you know, I can grab that one prize and potentially win the game next turn. He have good chance to pull double course energy. Oh, he had one in his hand, so well played. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should just, you know, go with the Tapu Lele and hope for maybe one more turn with the Guzma top deck, but yeah, you can't really see in the future. Okay, think 2 victories and 2 defeats in this live stream, so let's go with one more game so we can see if it's gonna be a little bit better. Maybe I can end this live stream with 3 victories and 2 defeats. Yeah, I mean, Pokemon is not that expensive compared to some other trading card games like Magic the Gathering that I was talking about, and also that Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh is very expensive, Maxi and stuff like that. before that was reprinted. My friend actually won national championship here in Croatia. He got Minerva or something like that. That card was like $1,000 and we sold it for like 500 euros. And I was like, oh my gosh, that card is so expensive. I'm not sure how much this card worth today because it was reprinted. But that's insane, I mean, that's just insane. Oh, Lucario. Okay, that should be... Oh, no, it's a Guardian Lucario. Okay. And there we go with the Cynthia. Turn 1. My hand looks just, you know, ready for that Sycamore play with the Tapu Lele. There's basically nothing else that I can use as advantage. Thinking about Sycamore for 7. Probably the best thing to do. Oh, come on, another Tapu Lele top deck. Let's see. Wobbuffet is something that I definitely need to have in the active position. So there's just no question about that. As it is right now, I'm gonna go for that Sycamore. I think I should also try to tech maybe one Bridget in this deck, because it's a very good card. So since I got that Wobbuffet, I'm definitely looking forward to put him in the active position and to... I already lost one Guzma, I can lose one more. Why not? Let's just put one more Inkay on the bench. Okay, so I'm done for now. Yeah, Bridget is a good card always, like one Bridget, one Lily. Oranguru for the late game as well. I'm running Oranguru in 90% of my decks because it's a very good one. Personally, in real life, I used to play, oh, this Lucario? Are you tricking me? Okay, so I'm gonna lose my Wobbuffet. Alright, I guess I can respond back, knocking him out with my Necrozma. Hopefully. If I can pull exactly right combo. Let's go with Cynthia. 2 Malamars, all I really need. And I managed to pull both of them. There we go. So, this is gonna be... Seriously? I discarded one and one is prized. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Seriously. Yeah. Psychic Recharge. Still, I think it's a good thing to, you know, just retreat back to Wobbuffet once again. Just to prevent him from taking any card that he wants with his Lucario, if he gets it. Yeah, I mean, bench space is very limited these days. Really, it is. Yeah, it ends up that I need to play that Sycamore. Really no other option. Oh, come on. What is going on? I couldn't find Float Stone, neither, yeah, I have energy for retreat, but... Come on. Why is this happening? If I want to use my Psychic Recharge, unfortunately I can't. You know, because of the Wobbuffet interaction in the active position, as you can see it. Yeah, I'm done. I'm passing. I'm passing my turn. Besides Pokemon trading card game, I also like to play Dota 2, but it's just too much stress. Playing Dota 2 is just too much stress. There's just too much players that simply troll when you're playing, especially in the ranking mode. I'm like 4K player, nothing too professional, but still 4K is above average, I would say. Me and my friends like to play Dota. And then you can always walk on the mines, you know. They're just professional players who like to joking playing on the Smurf accounts, you know. One time we actually played against one professional player who was like 8K, and he won a game with a single Pudge against us. I'm not sure if any of you watching this live stream playing Dota, but when you have Pudge with 8K HP and carry build on it, it's just pure madness. But when you're a pro in something, that's just not hard to do. So, there is Lucario with ability that says that if you have Garchomp in play, you can simply search your deck for any 2 cards. Another Wobbuffet fall down. So, thanks a lot, Wobbuffet, for your job. I really appreciate that. Let's see. This dude can go with Turbo Assault for like a 60, which means that I can lose my Mew. And I really don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. What I really want to do is... yeah, I'm gonna knock him out with my Prismatic Burst anyway. But before that happens... I'm gonna prepare my other Necrozma on the bench. So 1 Prismatic Burst for 380 in damage counters. Enhanced Hammer. Oh, okay, so that's a very good and important card, especially if he plays double cores energy cards. Oh, Brick Studio. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Lego. Yeah, I have Twitch. You can follow me. You can follow me also on the Twitch as well. You can find a link in my video description. I don't know, maybe he just can't find that another Garchomp, you know, so he can put him on the bench, who knows. I'm also wondering where is another Garchomp. Maybe he just plays, you know, maybe he actually plays just a regular Lucario with this Garchomp with the Turbo Assault and the Bite Off, because, you know, this is a one price attacker who can Turbo Assault for like one hit knockout against Zoroark, for example, and on the other side you can simply, you know, accelerate your Lucario with 2 energies, so it makes a lot of sense to me. It's a pretty decent and interesting deck idea. Kinda like it, to be honest, kinda like it. So who's gonna get energies? Who's gonna get energies? Actually, you can accelerate only 1 energy card, not 2, only 1. That's my mistake. Sorry for that. Only 1 energy can be accelerated per time. Alright, so finally Alder of the Moon, a little bit too late, I guess. At least I can knock one of my opponent energies, which is something. Then what we're gonna do here? Only 1 energy can be accelerated for now, so I'm definitely looking forward to knock out his Garchomp with my. Oh, I can't knock him out actually because we have equal price cards. I can Dark Flash for 120. Literally, that's all I can do. Nothing else I can do. Basically, 120 is the max I can do. I always forget about that Moon Eclipse, that you need to have more price cards left than your opponent in order to, you know, do the damage. Okay, so still waiting for the next damage to my Necrozma. Oh, there's a rare candy, finally. Finally there's a Royal Blade Garchomp, or how I like to call it, Cynthia's Garchomp. Okay, so the good thing for my opponent is the fact that his Garchomp have for retreat. So what he can do, he can basically retreat for free. And then he can knocks me out with Royal Blades if there is a Cynthia. But he definitely needs to have Cynthia as well. So 2 different options available. And he decided to go with the Turbo Assault instead. It makes sense, just because you really want to set another attacker, because you have only 4 price cards remaining. You're really in a position where you want to close game as much as you can. So I don't have another option than go with the Sycamore for 7, trying to find some energy resources, you know, but I simply can't. But at least I can accelerate energy onto my Mew. I have 2 Float Stones available, as well as 2 Ultra Balls. I think I'm gonna go with something like this. So there's Rescue Stretcher available in my deck. I really need that Rescue Stretcher so badly. 0 Guzmas left for me, which is a bad sign. Do I really want to let my opponent... I mean, look, what I can do here is Tapu Cure GX, which is a good thing. Is it worth to play Tapu Lele? I think it is actually, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna go with the Energy Drive for the knockout. Because, oh, Malamar from the prize cards. Because if he triggers somehow knockout against my Necrozma on the bench with a Guzma, I will have one prize advantage. So that means that potentially I can power up again my Necrozma, so I can use that Moon GX. But I still need to take 3 more prize cards. I'm just in a position where I need to take 3 prize cards compared to my opponent who just needs to take 2 more knockout against my GXs. So maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea if I was looking forward to go for that Tapu Lele GX actually. Maybe that Tapu Lele would be an amazing thing. Maybe. Who knows? Okay, so there's the Guzma, as expected. As expected, he promoted the Guzma in the front. And it will be enough for the... Oh, there's also possible with a Sledgehammer. What do we need? What do we need, my friends? Yeah, okay. I need energy top deck. Energy top deck. Energy top deck. Energy top deck. I was looking for the energy as a top deck. Yeah. Well, I guess there's only one thing that I can do. Attack with my Mew. And that's basically all I can do. So only 7 more cards left. And I need to use this Moon Eclipse. Moon Eclipse is basically the only attack that can one-hit knock out Garchomp. And also a good thing about this Moon Eclipse attack is the fact that my opponent is not capable to return knockout against my Mew. Because he needs Garchomp. He actually needs Rare Candy Garchomp play. He have this bad boy on the bench. There is a Brooklet Hill as well. Alright. And another Riolu. Oh, so yeah, he can knock me out with the Sledgehammer as well. This dude is actually weak on the Psychic. What if I top deck something like M? It's not gonna happen because it's priced. And there's the Ultra Ball. Garchomp discarded from his hand, probably for the Gabite. Yeah, it is. So, Sledgehammer for 50, because he had the NC on the bench. And I still wonder why Mew don't have resistance -20 on the fightings. It really makes no sense in my opinion, because this dude can fly. And all fighting Pokemons are actually based without wings, so they can't fly. And Mew should definitely have resistance. So, oh yeah, I forgot that he can't knock me out this turn because of the... Yeah, I'm actually a very lucky guy. Oh, so he decides to concede at the end. So yeah, because of my GX attack, he just missed completely that he was not able to attack. So at the end, 3 victories, 2 defeats, best of 5, managed to squeeze overall win for today's live stream. So once again, there is the deck list that I used in this video I don't know, I'm probably gonna need to tweak it a little bit more better. Probably third end would be amazing. I think how maybe even second rescue stretcher wouldn't be that bad. I also feel how I don't need 2 Wobbuffets, maybe 1 Wobbuffet can be fine. And probably 1 Bridget. And then I feel how this deck is gonna be even more consistent and even more better than it is right now. Oh, so Mew can just fly levitate, but still if you can fly levitate, you can dodge Hitmonchan jab. Isn't that right? I mean, Hitmonchan can only box on the ground, he can't, you know, jump. And if Mew can fly a little bit, I think how he would have some sort of advantage. Maybe not, who knows. So yeah, that's it for today's live stream. It's really late, it's like 11 o'clock, 1 hour before midnight, let's just say that. Probably if you're located in the United States, it's maybe a morning or something like that, but here in Europe, it's almost a midnight. So I'm going to the sleep, I'm going to the bed. Thank you all for watching this live stream. I hope you enjoy watching it. Make sure to hit thumbs up and sub to the channel for more videos if you already didn't. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video. I'm probably gonna live stream with that Max Elixir play with Necrozma, but the metal one. And probably I'm also gonna attack Registeel inside of it. So it's definitely gonna be interesting deck to watch. So once again, thanks for watching. See you next time. So yeah, goodbye.